Gavin Austin in the 88. They're gonna jam up. Oh, the 49! Down they go! Hard into the wall goes Gavin Austin. Hard into the wall.
Schmidt into the fence. Look at all these drivers pile in, and they all wreck across the line, but you know who didn't? That's a 23.
39.06! Who's it gonna be?
To the line.
95 of Parker
Here
White.
they come.
Parker White in the 95 is gonna get the 9 as Basin finds the outside wall. Looks like he's gonna be able
corner, and a checkered flag for this number 12. He's gonna win it here tonight.
Connor sails it in.
Almost steps into Rudy.
Rudy's there. Malachi, oh, they touch. Around goes the 37. Miller gets turned as well. Dude, I gets involved.
I can't wait.
What's up? Welcome. Chicagoland Speedway. 45 laps of racing about to go up and away. iSCAR Grand National Series about to go green here momentarily as we get set. Nothing too much to really say because not a lot of people here for tonight. We got 9 who registered. Eduardo and Mitch Hobbs. Looks like, oh no, Mitch reconnected. So we'll start with 8 like we did just yesterday. Should be a lot of fun as we get set here for tonight. iSCAR at Chicagoland. Yeah. Not too much to say. We'll pull up points. We're kind of everybody's standing right now. Hunter's not here. Rexford is. Trafari is. Kaufman is. Eduardo is trying to connect. Michael Bianchini, he 11 points out. So Michael, if he maximizes on points, he could maybe put himself inside a position to win here tonight. So have to see on what he could do. Very important race for all of these drivers. There's Trafari, Sweeney, Kaufman, Hankins, Bianchini, Hobbs, Chandler, Rexford. Gonna round out this one. Quarry, Chandler round at row 1. Bianchini, Rexford, row number 2. Row 3 is going to be Hankins and Sweeney. Kaufman and Hobbs going to round out the final order. Eduardo Muniz Jr. Fortunately not here for tonight. Favorite to win tonight, I'd say Carntrafari. See if he comes out victorious. Looking for a second win in this series. He's yet to pick up a truck win, but does lead to truck points. iSCAR is in.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. 45 laps of racing up and away at Chicagoland. Immediately right to the low side goes Michael Bianchini. That's the 17? That's actually the 72 kilo Hankins running a incorrect paint scheme. Battling out with the 0-2 of the Hankins at 0-2 of being Harrison Chandler. Do whatever you can right up there on the low side. That high side is going to kick in here momentarily. Expect the higher side of the racetrack right up against the safer barrier to really start to show paralysis. But right now, everybody running on the bottom. I'm pretty sure all these trackers just saving as much as they can as Hobbs in the outside wall. James Coffin, that number 25, trying to look around him. Mancini just kind of minding his own business. He worked himself right to the bottom, and now he's just about taking a tire. So, still on the low side, it's Trafari. Nobody has really ventured up right against the safer barrier. I expected that to be a factor. It looks like it's not. So, pretty even so far right now as Harrison Chandler looking to mount up a challenge on this number 9 of Carntrafari. Bit loose right up off the corner. Actually, a lower exit. I want to say he was loose. Everybody still knows it's a tail. Working a 1. Uh-oh, Hankins is sideways. He's gonna right the car out straight, but right to the high side. Here comes Chandler. And no surprise, not gonna lie, that high side really started to kick in, and immediately to the lead. Harrison Chandler goes. He's looking for his first second win of the season at already won at New Hampshire. Already kind of playing spoiler to all these other guys, but Chandler right to the bottom side of the racetrack. Looks like not really utilizing that second lane just yet. Good job, Shane Sweeney. Good job right now, just maintaining ground, but have to see how it'll all play to their effect. If they change Chicagoland or what, but you know, none of these guys are right up against the safer barrier like I thought they would be. How about Corey Rexford? All slowly up making a run, 7 laps in. And here comes Trafari. Right down the low side. He wants to grab the lead back away from Chandler. And they're right up against that second line, and yep, right there, that's the reason why that third line really likes to play a dividend. And probably trying to squeeze up Chandler, he can't really do so. On the high side, really starting to kick in. Question on who's gonna, you know, really pull the trigger on making up ground, but everybody just staying all clean so far. A way cleaner race than what we saw rather in Vegas, so we had quick cautions come out really fast. As a passenger position right behind Shane Sweeney under fire from James Kaufman. Got Michael Bianchini also in there as well. Bianchini might have tagged the outside wall just a slight bit, but these two, the top two, Harrison Chandler, Trafari, they're doing a great job at just, you know, maintaining ground for the time being. They haven't lost too much at the moment. Quarter of the way through the race, just about. I don't know if they're really saving tires or what, but should see pit road open around halfway. Here comes Trafari. They grab the lead away from Harrison Chandler. Chandler going to try to pinch him down. Trafari trying to send it in there, but again, that high side, all these guys just riding, you know, riding strong on the bottom. I'm pretty sure just trying to save up time or whatever the hell. Chandler up on the high side. This is where this outside line is definitely going to get a run. Really. There. Oh, that time he snagged the wall. But he's still with Trafari, so he didn't lose too much time. He just has to back it up a little bit more. Maybe run a little bit higher. Still, I mean, we still got 4 cars all nose to tail, all within just about a second of each other. James Kaufman, Michael Bianchini, working around Shane Sweeney. Sweeney has a fair amount of damage on his machine, unfortunately. Not really going to make of it. Hobbs working under Rexford. Or third. Rexford gonna try the outside lane a little bit high. Oh man, just about ripped it. But here comes Hankins too. He wants to be in on this battle as well, but the round just really stalled out for the moment. They might go 3 wide just about. Hankins right to the backside of Mitch Hobbs. Now, what Chandler doesn't want to see is, you know, that 89 start to slow the approach. They got into each other last race. But Hankins definitely the faster car, even though he got loose. Car still looks speedier than ever. We'll see pit road open around, like, I'd say 20. You guys are going to come in halfway and leave it on 4th. Question on when. Might as well pull that trigger. And they're still doing a fair job at just maintaining ground for the time being, but up front, Hobbs maintaining ground right now. All these guys are really starting to spread out. Sweeney and Bianchini all really on the island of their own. As Shane Sweeney tags the outside wall just a slight bit. Ever since he got that right side damage, it's just not a smooth sailing for him. I'm slowly gaining on Chandler, also dragging Hankins in there. Process. 20 out of 45, halfway this time by. Or I mean, coming up on the halfway moment. Hobbs working that second lane. I mean, slowly but steadily getting there. I was scraping the outside wall, but a fair job at the process. But all these guys, ooh, hard into the outside wall goes James Kaufman. Gonna lose a little bit of ground. But Hobbs, he's working that third lane just about. Doing whatever he can. Second lane starting to work favors for him. He's getting good runs off and allowing him to close up on the backside of Harrison Chandler. Chandler's still running the bottom though. Hobbs up in the top, and Hankins wants to follow. See how much of a bite that Hobbs really gets right through. And are gonna let him go. Hankins also there in the process as well. But that second lane of Mitch Hobbs is really starting to kick in. He's making a lot of worth as looks like Kilo Hankins, first guy on pit road. So that's going to be huge for him, being the first guy on pit road. So this is the halfway moment. This may be the perfect opportunity for Hankins to maybe make something happen. So this will open up the door for Trafari. He's going to take the bait to go onto pit road. Slide him on in. And Harrison's going to follow as well. So, ooh, that is speeding. Has to be speeding. If not, very close. Goodness gracious. Harrison Chandler made up a bunch of ground on Trafari because of that. All these drivers going in and out, so scheduled stop here for all these drivers. Boy, sorry, man. That was close. Very, very close. Hankins in and out. Where he is. See how much ground he gains. Everybody else, so. Hobbs on in. Completing his stop. And that right there is the difference between short pitting and not. So Hankins a lap in early, and look how much time he gained right over that number 9 of Connor Trafari. So Trafari's gonna have to do a little bit of work to catch himself on the different strategy of Kilo Hankins. I'm pretty sure he could. But just 20 laps left. This is the result. Corey Rexford in the 03. They do whatever he can. Maintain ground, but Eloa Hankins grabbed the lead away from that number 9 of Connor Trafari, so. Pretty sure this time by Rexford is going to scoot himself on in. A little bit sideways. Man, boy, great job at maintaining that. But Hankins most likely going to grab the lead away just because of that short pit. So can he hold off Trafari for 20 laps? Very smart for Hankins to do that, by the way. That was basically the only way he could have gained on that number 9, and he needed tires as well. Kiloa did after that big slide in 1 and 2, but now Trafari gonna try to close the gap on himself and Hankins. We'll just have to see if he could do it or not. Very surprised about Harrison Chandler. Good effort for him. He sits currently now 3rd. But those fresher tires are in Connor Trafari. Starting to work favors. 18 laps to go this time, by. Catching him is one thing, passing him is another. Mitch Hobbs has the fresher tires out of everybody, so he's 3 seconds back. I doubt he still has a lot of time to go ahead and catch these top 2 who are on an island of their own, but we'll just have to see, though, as Connor Trafari really, really working in on Kilo Hankins. That time by Hankins, way, way tight. Trafari looking for his 2nd win of the season. May come here at Chicagoland. We'll just have to see if he could, seal the deal and complete it. Here we go. Hankins going to force Jafari up high, and they're going to go side by side for the lead. Hankins beats Jafari into the corner. Jafari trying to cross him over. Well, he might do so right there. That's smart for Jafari, and here comes that 9. Hankins leads the lap just by a slight bit. Put himself in a 1 and 2, but Jafari, newer tires on his name. See if he could maintain ground for the time being, but that high side really starting to kick in. Hankins and Jafari just about squeeze. Give the corner to Hankins coming into 3. They're still just about side by side. This will allow Harrison Chandler to maybe make ground if these two do stay side by side for the time being. And maybe it could suck them both in. Make this a 3-car race. 13 laps to go this time by. Hankins pinpoint driving to get to the bottom side of the racetrack, but unfortunately Jafari is clear. That strategy, unfortunately, just not working out. It did gain him a lot of ground, though. I'm pretty sure it'll bring him a 3rd. Harrison Chandler doing whatever he can. Mitch Hobbs has made up ground. He's now 2 seconds back of these drivers, so if there's anybody who has fresher tires on their name, it maybe could be Mitch. Hankins that time by, he's sideways. Hobbs is slowly but steadily gaining. Oh, now 2.4 is the gap. Hobb is now starting to lose. Looks like he just used up a bit too much there. And Harrison Chandler maybe is the only person who could really hold off. Or hold out Connor Jafari. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, though. Laps to go this time by. Hankins, all he could do is just hold off at the time being. That 0-2 of Harrison Chandler. Do whatever he can. Michael Bianchini gonna try to turn around his strat. Bring it onto pit road and see what happens if he catches a late caution or whatever. But Sweeney, 7th. Harrison Chandler looks like he's stalled out right behind this number 72 of Hankins. laps to go. I mean, Hankins is still in the picture. I mean, gained a 10th that time. If he gains a 10th every lap, maybe he may have a shot. That's number 9, but we'll have to see though. He's still staying in the picture. Four laps to go this time by. Hankins doing whatever he can to maybe snag in that lead of Contrafari, but 5'10" out and older tires on his name. Not really looking well at the moment. Maybe could hold off Harrison Chandler, but I think that might just be it for Contrafari. All he has to do is just maintain his, maintain his pace, and doing a great job at the moment. That time by a good 6/10. Been a clean race from start to finish, as long as there's no caution. All these guys are barely off of each other, so I don't expect anything crazy to happen. Archfire is going to see the 2 lap to go mark. And Hankins, who is staying content, looks like he's going to lose by at least 7 car lengths. 6/10 is the gap now. Here comes Chandler. Trying to do whatever he can. Flip it up on the high side and maybe make something of worth. Did get a run right there. Hankins going to shut him down low. Finally got to the inside of him, but I don't think it's not going to be enough for the lead, unfortunately. He had to do something maybe around 5 to go, and gonna run out of time to get to the win. White flag this time for Trafari. Alpha second rages on as Hankins tries the middle line. Chandler is in the outside wall. Lose against second against Hankins, but into 3 and 4. Hankins tries the high side, trying to maintain ground, but looks like it's not going to go anywhere with him. A little too late. Off of the final corner. Trafari, win number 2 of the season at Chicagoland. And Hankins caught 2/10 there. If maybe Hankins tried that higher line for those last 5 laps, he would have made something happen, but too little too late. Trafari, your winner. Trafari's gonna burn it down here in the front straightaway. Alright, that'll be it here from Chicagoland. Congratulations, Trafari, your winner here tonight. Until next time, tune in for the next race next week. I mean, in a couple of weeks, because I'm going to Cali next week. We'll see you then, and until next time, congratulations, Trafari, your winner.